Hi everyone, let's solve this problem copy list with random pointer. So problem statement says we are given linked list such that each node contains additional random pointer which could point to any node in the list or null, and we need to return a deep copy of the list. So what's the difficulty in this problem? So the difficulty lies if we, let's say, start from left to right, for example, right? If we have to copy each node while going from left to right, for example, we copy 7, 13, 11, right? For example, as this case, let's say if I'm copying 11, right? I need to have access to its random which is pointing to 1, right? And I have not built this guy. So that's the problem here. So we can't go left to right and see, okay, I will have already have built random pointer because it could point to something in the future. So another trick is what we do is put everything in hash. So sevens, let's say I have a hash table which maps 7 to 7 prime. You create a copy node for each node in a first iteration, and in the next iteration you iterate this list and you build the list from that hash table and return the entry of this guy's copy there. So what I do is, okay, while I'm iterating here, for example at this place, right, I say 11's copy is 11 prime, right? In order 1 I get that, and now 11 primes random should point to 11's random's copy, right? So 11's random I can get it from here, right? And its copy I can already get in order 1. So this is a trick there. So but we are using order n space here. So what I'm going to solve this problem with the approach is we'll not use any space, and let's see what is the intuition behind that. So what we're going to do is, okay, we have this list, right? And we'll take first step. What we do is we use this guy's next pointers to have this simulation of hash. So for example, I need this guy is hash to a prime. I'll take a's next, I'll point it to a prime, but then I lose track of b. But b I can manage from a primes next, right? So this way I'll build this list, and I'll call it, let's say I did knitting here, knitting of two threads, right? And now in the next step what I do is I'll iterate my list from left to right, and I say, okay, if this guy has random pointer, right? For example, this guy a has random pointer, right? What I do is I'll say, okay, my pointer will be then my copied pointer, right? So copied random will become d prime. How? If a dot random exists, then a dot next dot random should be a dot random dot next, right? So this is the condition we have to do. And if its random does not exist, like b's random does not exist, so my b prime's random is already pointing to null, so I don't have to do anything. So the second step, I build this random pointers, and in the third step I do this loosening the knitting. So what I do is, okay, I have this list a b c d, a prime, b prime, c prime, d prime. They are knitted together, right? And I just need to remove them and build this a b c d and a prime, b prime, c prime, d prime. So what I do is I'll iterate from left to right, and I'll see, okay, if this guy's next, right, I'll take the next pointer, its next pointer, and point myself here, right? And this guy's next is already still pointing to this, so I'll see, okay, if you exist, this guy exists, right? I'll point its next, right, to me, like I shifted it. So in the end what will happen, for example, this d, right, d's next will become d prime's next, which is null, and d prime's next, because it does not exist, right, it's already null, so I'm fine with that. So let's jump to the code. I think code will make more sense. So let's first set up the thing that I said, right? Say, okay, let's do the edge case first. I say, okay, if not head, I'll return head, right? Otherwise I say, okay, I will take a new head which is self dot copy list, which is like the step 1, right? I get the copy, and my next head will be, I say, okay, fix random pointer. So now the random pointer will be fixed, and I say, okay, give me original list, copied list, okay, self dot, I say loosen knitting, right? Loosen the knitting. So this guy will loosen the knitting, and once I'm done, I just return the copied list. That's it, right? So let's write this copy list function. Okay, so I have this this head here, and all I say is, okay, I will have my iterator at head position. While my iterator exists, right, I'll create a copied node which is a node which will take itr.var, right, and its next should be itr.next. So what I did is, okay, 7's copy I create which is 7 prime, and its next is pointing to where this 7 was pointing, right? 7's next was pointing to 13, so it will become 7 prime 13, and now 7's next should point to 7 prime, right? So which is okay, itr dot next now should point to copied, right? Once this is done, my itr should go to which place? It should go to copied dot next, because now I have to reach at this 13, right? So it is copied next rather than itr next. So once I'm done, I return my head, right? So this is my copy list function. Let's write this fixed random pointer. So fixed random pointer is also very easy. I say okay, I will have my itr which is at head. While I have this itr guy, right, if itr dot random exist, right, so then I say okay, itr dot next dot random, which is if itr is random existed, then copied random should become itr dot random's copy random dot next. So and I keep moving, and in this case I have to move itr should be itr dot next dot next. Why? Because itr's next will be 7 prime and its next will be this guy, right? Because I just have to move my original list. So that's the iteration. Once I'm done, I just return the head, right? So let's write this next function, which is loosen the knitting, right? So for that, let's copy this. I say okay, loosen the knitting, and I have this head, and my iterator will be at head position. Let's say okay, my copied list, right? My copied list will be head dot next. So all I return is I return my head and copied list here. This is what I'm returning, right? So what I do is, while I have iterator, while like I'm starting at the first node, right? I just have to jump these nodes. I say okay, I'll get the copied node here, which is itr dot next, and now my itr dot next has to point to copied dot next, which is okay, 7's next has to point to 7 primes next, which was 13, right? So this thing has been fixed, and now copied I need to fix. I say okay, if copied dot next exists, it means oh, I didn't reach at the null position yet, right? So all I say is my copied dot next then becomes copied dot next dot next. So what I'm saying is okay, for example, I was here, right? I say okay, 10 primes next exist, which is 1, right? So then my 10 primes next will become 10 primes next next, which is 1 prime. So this has become, in this case it will, if it doesn't exist, it was null only. So once I'm done, my itr has to move to itr dot next only, because at this point for example, I was here, so I have access to 10 as itr's next. So once I'm done, I am just returning this. So let's see guys if it works. Okay, let's try submitting it. Awesome, it does. See you guys in next video.